This month, as previous months, I'm going to answer 7 questions for you. The first question I want to answer is how many homes were listed for sale on the market for Verona Walk? And the answer to that was 11 homes. How many homes were sold last month? And the answer to that was 6. Now, that doesn't sound like much to you probably, but in retrospect to what was listed and sold last July 2012, it's twice the amount. Last year there was only 3 homes that were sold in the month of July. This year, 6 homes. The numbers are staggering because of that, and also because of the selling price. Last year, the least expensive home sold was sold for $212,000. This year, the least expensive home was sold for $224,000. The increase is a good increase on the least expensive side, but look at the increase on the high-end side. The most expensive home that was sold last year in July was $250,000. This year, the most expensive home sold was $435,000. Almost a $200,000 increase on the high end. That's a great number for people here in Verona Walk, and especially those of you who own larger homes, like the Oakmont or the Carlisle. Were there any foreclosures or short sales that were listed or sold in Verona Walk? The only number there was 1 short sale that was listed last month. There were no foreclosures, no short sales sold in the month of July, and there were no foreclosures listed in the month of July. Also good for our market here. What was the least and the most expensive home sold? The least expensive home sold was a townhome, and it was listed for $235,000, and it sold for $224,000. The most expensive home was a home on Benelli Court, and that home was listed for $450,000, and it sold for $435,000. Usually during the month, there averages about 40 to mid-50 homes for sale in Verona Walk. Last month, the average number of homes for sale was only 38. The inventory is shrinking here in Verona Walk. What was the average days on market? And that was 96. That number, I don't know that I've ever seen that below 100 days on market in the last 2 years. That's a great number. Usually that averages from 110 to about 125 days on market. So even that number is shrinking, which is great for sellers. What percent of the asking price did sellers get? Another number here that continues to increase, and that's 96.1%. That number continually rises. Every once in a while it'll take a small dip, but it's consistently going up. The last question I usually ask is, what is a great home for sale right now in Verona Walk? That question this month is actually not the best question to ask. The best question to ask is, what is a home that is not for sale right now in Verona Walk? And that is a townhome like the one I'm standing in. This townhome I listed 2 weeks ago, and we had a contract on it in 6 days. It was the last townhome that was on the market in Verona Walk. We listed it at $269,000, and it had a very good offer within 6 days that was accepted. So if you are currently in a townhome or you're looking to buy a townhome, now is the time. If you're in the process and thinking about selling a townhome, you are going to get a great price for yours, because if you put it on the market right now, you're the only one that will be listed on the MLS. If you're looking for a townhome and you see one come on the market, you better get it now. Don't wait a month to go in and make an offer. If it's really something you're looking for, be efficient and quick about going in and making a decision on whether or not it's right for you. Don't drag your feet, because it will be snatched up from underneath you. Thanks for taking a few moments to watch this short video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post those below. And as always, have a great month.